What's up, guys? This is Average Scale Modeler. As you can see, this is my J87 build so far. It's really starting to take shape, I think. Going fairly well. There are, of course, some slight problems I discussed in the earlier videos. Also, this engine cowling. Let's see if I can get some pointer to use. This engine cowling was just a horrible fit. I mean, I went to put on these halves right here, but when I went to do that, I found that only a little part right here made contact with the fuselage. So, knowing that regular poly cement would do nothing to hold that on, I decided to just go ahead and use some super glue, CA glue, whatever you guys want to call it. Put it on there, waited, 5 minutes or so. Put it on the other side because I had the exact same problem, if not worse. Put that on, waited 5 minutes again or so. Flip this thing over, squeeze the two pieces of cowlings, the two bottom halves of cowlings together, ran a stream of poly cement down there, held it tightly in place, and that worked out pretty well. Then came the upper cowling. This is a three-piece cowling. It's one half here, then a top cowling that goes over both of them. That didn't fit too bad at all. I didn't have a lot of problems with that, surprisingly. A big relief. However, I did have this weird thing right here where one half sticks up above another. Not really sure what happened there, but it'll be covered by the nose cone. Then I put the exhausts on. I recommend putting the exhausts on after the cowling goes on, just cause that's what I did. And what I say is always right. Remember that. Average Scale Modeler is always right. After that nightmare, I went to put on the control surfaces. I put on the rudder. The rudder was really nice. So there's a fit issue over here on this part, but it's no big deal. Just filled it up with some putty, sanded down real nice. No problem at all. Then I put on these horizontal stabilizers and the elevators. The horizontal stabilizers were, a fairly nice fit. They slipped right in, not a big deal. The elevators, same thing. Not too bad at all. Then I went on to putting the tail wheel on. There's a little gap right here. I think you can see it, that black mark. Fill that up with putty also. Take that out. Then one of my favorite parts about the J87 is the landing gear right here. The two main wheels. I just really like the way they look. The pieces just slip together. It's a real tight fit though, right here. I'm not really sure if I was able to press the pieces in all the way, but I took down some of the piece with a sanding stick, an emery board, something like this. Looks alright. Then I put on these, I guess I'll call these supports, connecting the horizontal stabilizer to the back of the fuselage. Not the best fit. As you can see, there's some pretty sizable gaps right there. Same thing, as the other things I was talking about. Put some putty on that, sand it down. It should be fine. There was something I wanted to talk about. Yes, right here. In this little area I'm zoomed into right now, there was a hole. They give you these fairly sizable holes, like this big, to put this one tiny tab in for the elevator. The only problem is the hole, one, is just way too big. It's like 10 times the size of the tab. And two, the tab wasn't long enough, so it was just worthless. So I just took the tab off because looking at photos of the J87, it didn't have the tab to begin with. So I've now made it, a little bit more historically accurate. Also got rid of that problem. Filled that hole up with some putty, sanded that down, looks real good. So yeah, the Stuka is finally coming together fairly well. I should have one more build update, and then we should start painting already. This kit's taken me about, I don't know, a few weeks now, and I'm pretty much halfway done, which is a pretty different story from the B29 that took me about 10, 11 months. So that's nice. Also, speaking of people helping me with this, I didn't know quite what to do with the engine cowling. So I went on one of my mini Google Plus forums I'm a member of for modeling and posted a question. You can probably still find it if you want, about what the heck do I do with this. It's not fitting right. It's just really weird. I have this weird dip right here, and what do you guys think I should do? And these guys, Willow Glade Shadow, George Valkoski, and Michael Bernard, were kind enough to lend me their opinion. They told me just look over the instructions again, and also this part right here should be covered by the nose cone. That was George Valkoski that told me that. Willow Glade Shadow told me to just look at the instructions again and see if there's anything I missed, which I did. There was a little weird part right here, but the engine cowling on top took care of that. So big thanks to those guys. And Michael Bernard, I apologize, but when I went to translate your post from Spanish to English, it gave me a really weird translation. It said required blank modifications something, but it made no sense. I think Google Translator messed up. But I appreciate all three of y'all helping me. Yeah, modifications can be required or something like that, so I didn't know what that meant. So I appreciate y'all guys answering my question, helping me out. That was a big help, and I really appreciate it. Remember to like this video if you're watching on YouTube, because right now my videos are getting about as many likes as a new Ghostbusters trailer. And subscribe if you want to see the newest videos, and see how this build will progress. Thanks a lot. Average Scale Modeler out.